trying this again, and I'm hoping that you can actually hear me. Let me just move to the comments. And try it again. And see what we get. Should have that all right. Let me just see if it's... There's still no sound. That's the one I did. Why isn't the next one come on? Right, I'm trying this again. Okay, so I'm just going to go with it, and then hopefully you will be able to... I'm just waiting for it to catch up. Also, I can see that I've got subtitles on my laptop. So I'm just going to go with it, and then hopefully you can let me know whether or not you can hear me or not. Right, okay, so I am using the homemade... So I'm going to start again. So I am Nettie from Nettie's Crafting Loft, and I'm popping on here tonight to show you projects I've made with the homemade treats bundle and some other bits, and also to let you know that you've got a couple of days left for the starter kit offer, where you can get spend £35 and get £130 worth of Stampin' Up products. No catch or anything like that. You don't have to do anything. You can just get the kit and do what you would like. So I'm going to give it a go and see if this actually works. Okay. So homemade treat kit is you get these gorgeous stamps. Some of them are not in the stamp box because I've already got them out ready to use. And then I've done a load of the die cutting and prep prior to this, just to make it quick and simple, because nobody wants to see me sitting and cutting out loads of little gingerbread men. So the first project I'm going to start with is, so I'm using these. I'll just quickly go through what I'm using. I'm using the perennial postage dies. I'm using one of the dies out of, oh goodness, the Party Banners dies. These are so cool, these are, I love them. I'm using the, I forget what it's called now. What's it called? I've got all the list here. The Christmas Tags and More designer series paper, so you get all these gorgeous papers with the ginghams, and then you get a load of die cut pieces, which are somewhere. I've been using these loads. Oh, there we go. So you get some really cute die cut pieces like this, and like this, which I've used some. I think you get a couple of sheets of each. also going to be using the inks, the Pecan Pie. Just move this out of the way, I'm making a mess already. Move the dies out of the way. Pecan Pie, Garden Green, Real Red, and I'm going to be using, gosh, look how old this is. This is like probably 14 years old, this stamp pad, that I've had since I first started. Maybe 15 in February probably. So we're using the white craft ink, and I think that is about it. And some ribbons and stuff, but I'll show you those as I go along. So I'm hoping that you can hear me. Right, so I'm going to pop on and start with the first card. The first card that we're going to make, I've done them all like 6x6 because I've used the 12x12 crumb cake cardstock because I wanted them to be nice and big, because there's so much that you can put on these. So yeah, so we'll get started. So I'm going to see, where are my supplies? Okay, so I've done my crumb cake card base. I have cut the Real Red. I also cut a Garden Green because I don't know whether or not I want to have a go with the Garden Green this time, which I think I will because I want to change it up. So we've got those. I'm going to take a piece of this plaid paper, so we'll leave that one just there just so that we can see it. Put that to the side for now. So because I'm doing, I'm going to do yeah, if you would like the PDF, all you need to do is place an order of £35 or more on my online store, and you'll get this emailed to you with all the measurements and everything that you would need. I'm also going to post a list with a link to this so that you know exactly what I used in the products if you wanted to purchase any of those. So I am going to, so 6x6, so I'm just going to trim these down. Because it's even, I want it to look more evenly distributed on the cards. So I'm taking a smidge off each one of these. There we go, that just makes it look a bit more square. I don't want those bits, so they can go in the bin. So that's going to be the card there. Okay, so we've got those pieces there. Where did I put? Okay, so we have, I've already lost one of the dies. Flipping heck. So I think I've lost this size die already. Oops. Okay, so we're going to go with it. Right, so I'm going to switch it back to the red because I'm going to go with the green. This one. I like that. Not very well. My volume's on full. Okay, so I don't know how it's. I never used to have this problem. I'm up to the max on there. And see if I can. Does that make any better? Oh, I think I've got it. I'm hoping that that has just made it a lot louder. I never used to have all these settings on this, and now it's just gone whoosh. I'm hoping right, we'll go with it because it looks like I am louder because I can see the volume thing going across the top. Right, so do we want red with green? Or do I want green and green? I think I'm going to go green and green for a change. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this down. Can you hear me any better, Joe? Okay, and I'm not going to stick that down flat yet because I'm going to put some ribbon on it in a minute. So we'll get the, we'll get this prepped actually. So we haven't got any garden green ribbon. I'm just wondering if I'm going to change this one to red. Yeah, let's go with the red this time. Let's mix it up. Okay, so I'm wondering, not very well Nettie, my volume's on full. Sadly not. Brian's posted that he can hear me. Oh, hello. Okay, so I'm just going to have to hope that the recording is actually louder than it is on live. Right. Because I don't know what else I can actually do. That's the volume of me though, isn't it? Right, so I'm just going to put some tape on the back. Put some of this shiny real red ribbon on. I think it might be me that's quiet. So then I'm just going to fix that to the card base. Okay, so then we're going to build up the rest of the card. So first of all, I've cut out the third sides down from the largest of the postage stamp dies, and I am stamping in real red. And I have cut a piece of white cardstock, so I'm going to stamp this in the top hand corner. Put that back out of the way. I'm going to close that up before I end up with it all over the place. Okay, so then I can turn that over and I'm going to stick it down. I'm going to try and shout just in case that helps. I'm going to have to test this out afterwards. We've done a new upgrade. Okay. stick that down, and I'm going to pop it up on some dimensionals. 1, 2. I'm just going to take the backs off. Oops, nearly put it upside down. So I want it a bit over to the right. What line did I use? That one there. Okay, so that'll do. So then I'm going to come in with a bit of the real red ribbon and just tie a little knot. Let's try and keep the shiny. No, that didn't work. Okay, one side's going to be shiny and one side's going to be not, because I can't get them to go both the same way. Okay, right, so that's the ribbon. So then we're going to decorate it with the bits that I've already die cut. So where are my bits? Here. I've got a little packet with all the bits. Now some of them I have put I've used the adhesive sheet on the back. So with the cardstock, I've got a piece here, look. So I put it on the back of the cardstock and then stamped and die cut it out. So the reason I did this is because I don't like using glue on the silver foil. I'd much prefer oh, thank you, Joe. I'll just have to try and talk up. Maybe if I move the camera down a bit. We don't want to see what's on me. Maybe then, or maybe I need to get a microphone or something. I thought my phone would have done it. Okay, so I'm just going to put a bit of glue. Okay, let's do I've already die cut out I'm going to try and tilt this side, because maybe that will help. I'm going to try and so I've lost it now. Okay, so I've die cut out one of the little foil trays that you can see. So that's really cute. One thing I would recommend is that you, where did I put the dies? Oh, they're in here. I need to cut another one out anyway, so I'll show you. Is to cut the foil to the size of the piece that you need. That way, if your plates are a little bit bumpy, then you're not going to ruin the foil for another project. So I'm just going to trim that off and use it for that. Use that for that later. So I'm keeping my scraps. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this. Oh, my seals run out. No. Maybe it's because I used to do it in the loft and now I'm not in. Oh, no, that's brand new. Oh, I do. Maybe I used to do it in the loft and then it was a lot quieter in there. And now I'm in my new craft room. It's a bit bigger. Okay. I'm just going to put some seal on the back of that. I'm going to position this at an angle there, but I do need to put this dough piece. So I put a sticky back on the back of this. Get to see you craft myself. Oh, thank you. Oh, I lowered the microphone and I am trying to speak up. So we're going to put that on there. And then I've got like a little piping bag. Do we want red? Oh, I do have green. I'll see. Let's put our little, get my glue. Put a little bit of glue on the back of that. So yeah, the reason that I have done the sticky back is so that I don't get glue, a gluey mess on my foil. And then we can add our little gingerbread. I think maybe I'm talking down and I need to talk up when I'm looking down. Okay, let's position him here so then I can work up. I've got a little hat. Leave my puffy toe. So that I can pick the backs off these. Put that over there. They're so cute. I love playing with this. And I love the big gingerbread that's in the catalogue as well. I'll stick him there, or her. Put my candy cane on. Need to leave a bit of room for my oven mitt. I'm going to use red, I think, to pull some red back out because I've got green. Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll do that. So then I need a mini dimensional to put on the back of this, just down at the bottom. I'm going to put a bit of seal on there. So by using the sticky back, I don't end up with the glue squirting out around the edges. Oh, I need to take the back off. There we go. And I need another mini dimensional for this. Oh, thank you. I just need to speak up. How's everybody doing this evening? Are we all alright? Are we enjoying the cold? I know I am. And I'm just going to stick that there. So we're almost done with this one. I just need, oh, these are my favourite. Use these peppermint, what are they called? Red and white peppermints. Okay, simple. Right, so I'm going to put one up there. So they come in 3 sizes of these, so that's even better. A big one there, just, and then we'll put another little mini one over here, and another medium one size on the baking tray. So that is the first card that I made. So I've done a red and a green, and I like both. I don't know which one you like, but I think they're both super cute. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next card. Let's just clear all my little scrappy bits out of the way. So this is card number 2. And again, we're going to take our, I've cut a piece of pecan pie, and we're going to take our dough that's been cut out of, stamp. Thank you. I'm just going to test it on my, oh I know, I need to do second generation on this anyway. So I'm going to get my little foil tray, because I want to make sure that I'm kind of getting at least one good stamp of the dough, and then I'm going to go around just stamping off. Oops, did two then. Let's do. Oh, thank you, Sheila. It's nice to hear from you. I did this as a surprise because I wanted to have a go again, but I didn't want too many people coming up and it going wrong, which it did in the beginning. So I'd rather you all catch in a bit later on and you haven't had to listen to me waffle on about the sound. So then I'm just going to do, we've got this cute little stamp with all these, so we've got a tree and a star and a little love heart and a candy cane. So we're going to stamp off. We're just going to fill in some of these gaps. We're going to make it look like a baking board or baking sheet, whatever you'd like to call it. So we're just going to fill in some of the gaps. So you just want it roughly like that. I'm just going to quickly clean that off. Otherwise I'll end up getting covered in it. Okay, so let's put the pecan pie away because I don't need that. Let's bring out my very old but very loved white craft. I said in, I don't know whether it's the beginning of this video or the one before that I tried. I've had this like 14 years. It'll be 15 in February. So I'm just going to use some of the white craft ink. I'm going to test it on the back. Okay, so we've got some of that. So we're going to make it look like it's flour. So you're just going to daub a bit. Just so that you get that effect of it looking like there's a bit of flour on there as well, because it is baking. So we could even just do a bit around the edges, but that's enough for me. Okay. I've got that bit prepped. I've got that bit ready. Let's just move those dimensionals out of the way. Okay, so we're ready to put our card together. And so we're going for the same again. I've cut a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock in half, and I'm doing 6 by 6. I've got the real red, and I need to grab it. Where did I put all those papers? So with these super cute papers, I'm looking for the keen one. And then I'm picking up my trimmer. So I've done it like this, so then I can end up with all the squares square. I don't like having little bits wonky. I don't think I've cut that right. I did, but I did something else. Okay. I didn't do that. I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to put them bigger, the strips, but never mind. We can work with it. So we are... Oh, I can stick all this down. What is the large range of assembling? It's in the catalogue. Yeah, it's in the... I've got it here because I've got it ready to play with. The die set is, you get this big die, just quickly, and then you get him. So you cut, I'll show you where I've done one. You get it on a big sheet because it comes huge. So then you get him, and those are all the stamps. So that's the stamps that you get with it. And you get this big envelope of, just go somewhere. Somehow, I can't remember how I did it. It just fits somewhere along there. And you get all of those as well. So they're really cute with the gingerbread one. The packaging's like that for it. So yeah. Yeah, it's in the mini catalogue in the September to December. Oh, and then he cuts out a little gingerbread like that. So you can make little gingerbread cards. I'm just going to glue this down. No worries. I'm just glad you can hear me now. Okay. And then I'm just going to stick that on the card base. There we go. I'm going to use these for the next project, but I should have left them a lot bigger, but we'll work with it. Okay, so that's the card base. So then we're going to stick this bit down here. So this goes down flat. I'll just put that like, oh, that's a bit high. Down a bit. That'll do. Okay. So then I've already die cut out my crumb cake stamp, postage stamp die. Come on, you got me onto these. And we are going to be using the garden green ink. I'm just going to ink up this. Close it up because I don't want to get covered in green ink. And like that. Yay! Move that out the way. Let's give that a second to dry. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to do the bow. That worked out that I could. You end up with the, because this has got like, I don't know whether you can see, a shiny side, really silvery shiny, and then got a bit of a duller side. So I worked out if I let the dull side go for the centre of the bow, and you kind of pull it through, but then as you pull in the tails back through, you can kind of manipulate it, and with a glue dot behind. What size do I want? I need it a lot smaller than that. So the only bit that isn't shiny is the bit in the middle. Just by when you do the bow, you twist the tails before you pull them together. So I'll practice with these. Right, I'll fiddle with that in a minute. stick this down. Onto so if you have got a wish list of lots of things, the starter kit is only £35 this month, and you get £130 worth of stuff for £35. I've got a bit of glue on there. There we go. So I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. I don't need many of that because we're not doing anything with it. Don't you find them dimensional backers get everywhere? I find them in my suitcase and everything. Okay, so I'm going to stick that down there. Now for decoration. So I popped this up this time, but I'm going to put the gingerbread man on first. So I've got my 3 little gingerbread men all with the sticky back on as before, because we don't want to be, I don't like glue squelching out on my silver tray. I'm going to stick in there. I'm going to stick them upside down. And then this one, I was cruel and I took my scissors and I cut along the wiggly line of the gingerbread leg. So he had a little mishap whilst he was on the baking tray. Bless him. So I get the back off that, and then I'm just going to position it with my pokey tool. So look, can you see? Yep. Whole thing. Get rid of those. Right, some more dimensionals. I need to put that on just to make sure that it's secured. Okay, and let's position him there. And then we just need to add a bit of seal on this bit, just in the corner, and then I'll grab a dimensional to put the glove on. Actually, I need another one. So that's the back dimensionals. Oops, on the floor. Then I'm going to use some minis for the ruling pin. That can go on there, and then we just got the bow. Let's grab my bow. Might be easier to play with it whilst I haven't got it attached to the reel. There we go. And where did I put my glue dots? Oh, there. Yeah, because my light's just going to go out. I haven't plugged my laptop in. scissors. No, they were the right scissors. There we go. And then all we need to do is put the little peppermints on. So one small down here, medium up here, kind of large up here. Okay, so that one is that. So those are the two that we made. Okay, and then the last one is a cute little box that I made just to put like a gift box in. Yeah. Okay, so I cut two of the banner dies out, and we're going to use designer series paper, but what I'm going to do is I did use I had a scrap somewhere left. Is it there? Oh, let's use this. So I put some of this gingham paper on the bottom, just to make it look like it's like a kitchen tablecloth. That's the word I was looking for. And use that, and then oh, I've got enough on here. There we go. There we go. So I used the scraps that I had from the other piece just to cover the bottom of the front of the box. So that's part of the front of the box that we've got. Okay, so then I took a sheet of move these out of the way. Some of this out of the way so I can get the trimmer out. Go back in there. I can't remember how high I had it. Okay, and then I'm going to do some scoring, but when you're doing scoring on the designer series paper, you need to make sure that you are gentle with it, because otherwise it will go straight through. So let's do it at just trying to work out which way I did it. Yeah, so that'll be oh god, we just did these. Is that right? This piece that I had left. There's a small piece left now. Okay. Oh, I remember what I did. Did I? Make sure I put the cutting blade out of the way. Yep, that's right. I just need to cut this off. Oh, my light's gone out. It's because my laptop battery is dead. Oh, it's got that. Okay, now I can score and put these. Grab my bone folder. Right, so I just want to cut. It's easy to do it on this side because then you can see your lines. Okay, so then we won't, let's not see it. I would probably use a bit stronger, but for time purposes I'm just going to use the seal. Glue on that side. And fold that in and glue on that side. Okay, and then I like to make sure, oops, I tuck these little bits in inside. That way you don't get any resistance from it being in there. It won't catch on anything is what I was trying to say. And you don't need to worry if it's not exact because you're not going to see that. Okay, so then that makes you your cute little box. We are going to put some glue on the box. What I would suggest is, ain't bottom around. Oh, no, that's not thick enough. Never mind. So I'm going to put some glue on the box. Just make sure that it's kind of equal distance from either side. I think I've made this one wider with my measurements. Then once it's in position, you can use your bone folder. And then we're just going to use the same on the back. Using liquid glue obviously gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Oops. Just make sure it'll stand up straight. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to decorate the box. So for this, I'm just going to use my little mini cut and emboss machine. And as I said before, where did I put the plate? Oh, there. I've got some new plates because I can't find my other. So I've got some foil and I've cut it to the size so then it doesn't damage the rest of the foil when you're going through the if you've already got die cutting on the plate. Okay, let's cut that out. Then the next thing that we're going to do is take the piece that you've die cut and I'm going to take the die of this box and we're going to position it in here. We're going to position it, we kind of want it so that when you've got the die, you want that piece so that it's, where's my design? There we go. So that you've got the baking tray, oops. So you've got the baking tray. So I used the die to cut out the baking tray so that I need to snip a bit off that. There we go, it fits now. And I can get it at the angle that I want. There we go. Run it back through the die machine. Away. Okay, so then we've cut it and it will sit neatly flush against the bottom of your box. Okay, and that's going to be glued down. I don't mind using glue on the back of this, just not on the front. Okay, let's leave that to set. Let's grab the sentiment that we're going to use from the kitchen of. After I cut out another piece from the what they call perennial postage dies. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp that a little bit to the right. That's not very good. I did do myself a spare one. There we go, that's better. Just let that dry. And then I've got the red and white baker's twine. Oh, I did just trim that edge off because I didn't want the, you don't have to. And then I wrapped twine around a couple of times. And scissors. Okay, so that's going to go on there. So I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. Where have I walked off to? I'm just going to grab a couple off the bottom here, just to use up my scrap. You can get this on the there. I'm going to cut another piece of the twine and do a double burr. Just because I always feel like the single burrs, it doesn't give it enough bulk. I like it to. I've been on here ages. It's only going to be quick. Time flies when I'm having fun. Because I'm just rolling this glue dot over. I'm going to stick it on twine. Oh, just trim the edges of these. There we go. So we need a little bit more decoration. So I've got my rolling pin here. So I'm going to grab my mini dimensionals. I'm going to put a couple up the top. Get those off. I'm going to pop it. Make sure the dimensionals are not over the edge of the box. I'm going to turn it over and just snip off the excess. Okay, I need to add my little hat, which does have sticky back on, but I'm also going to add a dimensional to the top. In that top corner just so that it'll keep it. There we go. And last but not least is the gingerbread. Where is he? I know I had one. I did about 2, 4, 6. I should have had enough. Yep, I did. Oh, I forgot to cut his foot off. This one I did another wonky one. Again with that sticky back, so then it doesn't, the glue doesn't get all over the. There we go. And then we can just pop some of the peppermints on. One there. Medium one there. And a big one there. Okay. Let's clear this all out of the way. And then you've got your little treat that will fit in the box. These are the cards. That we've made, and the 2 little boxes. There you have it. That's my cards with using the homemade treats bundle. So like I said at the beginning, I'm going to post this with all the links to all the items that I've used in tonight's Facebook Live. I've also, if you would like the kit to make one of each of these, and obviously the tutorial, then all you need to do is place a £35 order in my online store, and then you will automatically get these sent in post. The alternative is my team always gets all my PDFs for free, and there is the joint offer at the moment. So like the homemade treats is £43, but you could actually get it for £35, and you could also get another 190, 87 is it? £87 worth of items. So you could even go for the 2 sets of dies, so that you could actually make a whole bunch of these cards. Or there's the option of the £99 that you will normally pay, and it will go back up to £99 for the starter kit on the 1st of November. But currently, if you spend the £99, you get £194 of stuff. So if you're looking at any of the Christmas stuff that's in the catalogue or on the online exclusives, you can even use the last chance list to add to your starter kit. So it's a real good offer. There's the QR code there, and I've also posted the link in my Facebook, on my Facebook page, if you fancy getting the kit for £35. There's no obligation to do anything else. You can do as little or as much as you like. Put it back on me now, actually. There we go. So you can do as little or as much as you like. There's no pressure to sell anything or do classes or Facebook Lives like I do. You can just take the kit and go. I would prefer you not to, because I love to share this with everybody else, but yeah, I've really enjoyed this today, even though it's been a bit stressful because it's my first one that I've done in a long time. But I've had fun, and I hope you have too. And I will be back on another time shortly. Okay.